Urijah Faber's back. Which is kind of cool. Frankly, he never should have left. I mean, he really was not at a point where he was ever uncompetitive.
I could always tell you when he retired that it wasn't going to be the last fight.
He looked great. It's like, Urijah, come on, man. So what, this guy got over on you? It was a close match. That's going to happen sometimes. So, he's got the baby. I think that changed him a little. You know all about I think that changed him a little bit. Possibly a payday, in fairness. Possibly there's some of that. But he's been grappling. He's been staying competitive. He's going to fight with my teammate, as a matter of fact. So I'm a little bit involved in this fight. Ricky Simone, a young buck. Now, I imagine when Urijah came back, he didn't think they'd deal him from the bottom of for an up-and-comer. But that's the way it goes.
Yeah, of course.
What do you think? Excited to see him back? Think he should have stayed retired? Where do you stand?
I mean, to be honest, like on a technical level, probably maybe should have stayed retired. Especially with young and hungry guys coming up. But I'm hoping he's not hurting for money, even though we've had our beefs and whatever. You never want to wish that kind of like bad, on someone. And personally, I think he should have stayed retired, but we'll see. We'll see how it comes out.
If he isn't around when you come back, I mean, that fight works. That fight sells. That fight draws. Of
course.
Is that something with the bad blood? Is it that bad of blood?
It is. It is.
Okay,
man.
you would fight. You would fight him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is that fair? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I always wondered that, and I thought, I bet the answer is no. I bet they have their lines, but there's.
No, man, it's real.
Okay.
He's the one that created the whole forcing me out of the gym.
Okay.
It was after my second Barao fight. So I defended Soto. I defended against Barao. I was fighting Dominick Cruz, and Dwayne had already moved back to Colorado, and that's my main coach. And so I was doing the back and forth. I'd go train in Colorado, come coach at Alpha Male and train there, back and forth. And I told Urijah, I was like, look, man, I need to do a full camp in Colorado. Going back and forth hasn't been good for me. I don't think that's going to be what I'm going to do this next camp. And he gave me the ultimatum. I got to choose. I'm either with Dwayne or I'm with Alpha Male. And if once that happened, I knew he didn't have my best interest at heart. It was more about me paying him because obviously I paid Team Alpha Male when I trained there. And then so he gave me the ultimatum, and when I left, I was the bad guy. You know what I mean? So I mean, I actually even though that pissed me off, I do need to thank them a little bit because it did bring a lot of attention to the weight class in my fights and the whole Cody stuff. I mean, that obviously skyrocketed what we had going on in our weight class, but I think it was a dick move, and then obviously then piling on just all the shit talk and the Ultimate Fighter and just, because we were close friends at one time, and then just for a quick change of me following a head coach and making me out to be that much of a bad guy, so.
Well, you have done a masterful job, whether it is planned or if it's an unintentional genius move by you. But you've been public enemy for being such a nice guy, for being a handsome guy, for being a family man, all the things that wouldn't. You have been public. I mean, your fight with Dom was personal. Your fight with Cody was for the reasons you just said. If you fought Urijah, it's going to be personal. You have all these personal fights. I do kind of sit back and go, why do anybody not like T.J. Dillashaw? Like, where exactly does that come from? What is why do you have, start with Dom. What is the heat with Dom? In many ways, when people, including Dom, said, he's stolen my footwork, it's like, let's just say he did. What a compliment. Dom, what a compliment. Even if you're an up-and-comer, makes it all the way to a world championship with the biggest ups, 8-1, to remind you. To a world championship, and he stole your style? You're mad at him for it? What am I missing here? Where did that come from?
I think it was almost like jealousy because it was his belt. He got out because of injury, he never lost it. I had the belt. He also comes in and I think he wants that animosity to be able to fight someone. He's trying to play mental warfare as well too. So I think most of his was at first kind of like trying to get under my skin, and then obviously it led from back and forth, And so I think he's trying to beat me up mentally, which to be honest, it worked. That was my first fight where I had to fight angry. And that's something I had to learn throughout my career not to do. Some people fight better angry. Some people fight better happy and having fun, and I'm one of those guys. If I go out there looking to show off and have fun, that's better for me. And so even when I fought Cody, I just had to, I learned from fighting Dominick Cruz how to handle myself, Because even in the practice room, no matter what we're doing, I'm ultra competitive. I'm very aggressive, I mean, every training partner, I tell you, will say it, and I don't mean to be a dick, but when we do train, I do get that in me, and same thing within my fights. And Dom got at me, and I tried knocking him out. I still believe I won that fight, but those first couple rounds, I was out there to try to knock his block off and knock him out. And I was chasing him, and that's what he wanted. The fourth and fifth round, if you go back and watch it, I finally settled down, and I started piecing him up and almost finished the fight. So I really do believe that it worked, you know, and I didn't realize what he was doing until after the fight, until I went back and watched it. And that was a big stepping stone for me in my career because I had to learn that how I fight and what's better for me.
And what is going to happen with Dom? I mean, he's been out with injury. He's been plagued, but he wants to fight. He's got the eye of the tiger.
Yeah.
You got any scoop? I mean, he ran anybody that knows or
No, I mean, I know he had shoulder surgery. I just had shoulder surgery as well too, so I know, and I had it also back in 2004, so I know what that layoff is. It's a very rough one. I mean, it's 10 months of you doing recovery, and now you got to get in fight shape. So I'd imagine that he's gonna still be out for a little bit. Probably wait around until the right fight comes up. So I don't really have a scoop on it. But yeah.
I don't know either. I actually ran into him. Speaking of that press conference where I saw you and knew you were in town, I ran into him, but it was real quick. And I said, hey, Dom, I can't help but notice the Cejudo fight that you didn't see. Cejudo called 3 people out by name. All of your Dom, Cody, Urijah.
Okay.
Dom in that order.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, Dom, couldn't help but notice you got called out.
Yeah.
And he's not the kind of guy to get called out and not respond. And he didn't really respond. He said, man, I'm going to fix my shoulder. I'm going to fight that guy. So that's all I know.